Really amazing thing about Bitcoin is Bitcoin has, in essence, not just decentralized money. It is not just provided sovereignty and given property rights to the individual. It's also decentralized charity, and it's privatized virtue. And that I mean it this way: if you put all of your money on a boat, and it was Bitcoin, and it sunk, and you died with your private keys, you've just made a contribution to the rest of the network.
Michael Saylor, the chairman and co-founder of software company turned Bitcoin acquisition vehicle MicroStrategy NSTR, has predicted the value of Bitcoin will overtake gold within 10 years, potentially giving Bitcoin a $500,000 price and a market capitalization of $10 trillion. Michael Saylor is no stranger to the limelight. The MicroStrategy CEO is perhaps best known for losing $6 billion in a single day during the height of the dot-com bubble, when the software business he had founded at age 24 nearly collapsed.
Anybody getting into Bitcoin right now has it so easy, because now I've counted. I've gone through 3 cycles, 3 boom and bust crashes, and I'm, for all the OGs in the room, today I tweeted that, starting to feel like a Bitcoin veteran. There's still a lot of people that are skeptical about me, but I will have arrived when the Bitcoin OGs say, I guess we're stuck with Saylor from this point forward. And, as for what I think now, look, the asset class is seasoned. When in 2020, there were a lot of questions. There were questions about whether or not this was going to be embraced by regulators, whether this would be banned. A lot of people, there are a lot of legitimate leaders in the United States who said this is going to be banned. They would either say it's going to be banned because it's a Ponzi, they were the deniers, or they said this is going to be banned. Jamie Dimon said it's just too good to be true, so it'll be banned. So there were the people that didn't understand it, and there were the people that understood it but thought it was too good, and so the government would take it away.
Saylor described how Bitcoin has gone through 3 boom and bust cycles in the last 2 years. This is nothing new for Bitcoin, and it is a natural phenomenon for new assets to be volatile through their journey of price discovery. He informed listeners that MicroStrategy has taken a long-term view of Bitcoin. Therefore, the short-term fluctuations are just noise. He further discussed the prospects of regulation in the coming years. He believes certain forms of regulation from the U.S. government would be beneficial to solidifying Bitcoin. Saylor further discusses that how the last 24 months of Bitcoin have brought mainstream adoption and legitimacy to Bitcoin. But before that, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.
So the last 24 months have brought mainstream adoption and legitimacy to Bitcoin, and it wasn't there in the middle of 2020. In the middle of 2018 and 2017, we didn't know whether the forks were going to work or if you could fork Bitcoin, and we hadn't settled the basic principle that this was immutable and it should be power to the people and it should not be hijacked by the exchanges or hijacked by everybody that has a decent idea to fix it or improve it. But I think, Len has said this, and I've said it too. I think the outcome of the block size wars was really critical to the success of Bitcoin as the world's greatest monetary asset. So if you were around during the block size wars, and if you fought on the right side of the block size wars, then you're really the OG.
Saylor claims that Bitcoin should be defined as the world's only actual scarcity rather than a commodity. All money is the byproduct of energy in some form. Saylor calls it economic energy, social, political energy. Whether it be mining, services, or entertainment, in order to create money, energy has to be expended. This is also true of Bitcoin, but in an even more direct form. Technology has advanced to the purest and most efficient form of holding energy through the creation of Bitcoin.
First, the ideas. The crypto industry has some good ideas. One good idea is a digital commodity, the ability to move something of value point to point between 20 billion computers at the speed of light and program it with final settlement. That's a good idea. It has not nearly been fully realized. At the point when 8 billion people are swapping value back and forth, and at the point where millions, if not tens of millions of websites are swapping value back and forth at high frequency, and I mean like 100 times a second, 1,000 times a second, million times an hour, billion times an hour. When that happens, we'll have realized the potential of a digital commodity, because that is the true internet of money, money over IP. And Bitcoin is the first asset that could serve as a digital commodity. A digital commodity is something of value that moves through space. A digital scarcity is even better than a digital commodity. A digital scarcity is an absolute capped commodity, 21 million forever, right? If Bitcoin had been built without the halving protocol, and it just kept adding 3 or 4% of the supply for the next 1,000 years, and it was otherwise distributed in ethical fashion, it would be a digital commodity, but it wouldn't be a digital scarcity. In the absence of the real Bitcoin, it would be the best idea right now. But in the presence of the real Bitcoin in a market, the digital scarcity would actually get the majority of the money for long-term store of value. And the digital commodity would actually just be a short-term, convenient, maybe medium of exchange. It might be similar to like gold and silver, where gold demonetized silver, and silver couldn't hold its monetary premium.
Saylor also adds that Satoshi should receive another Nobel Prize for the invention of a monetary system that does not rest on the threat of violence. For Saylor, the recent pullback is purely an opportunity to buy at a lower price. By buying now, he believes that he is increasing his profitability years down the line when Bitcoin is hopefully worth more.
The new reality, which is Bitcoin is the only digital commodity, it is the only crypto asset there is. Satoshi gave us something, a place where we could win, and a strategy we could win. And the strategy is withdraw your economic energy from the currency, which is the rigged system, and move it into a currency which is to your benefit. Not only do you move your energy into a system that isn't continually bleeding you, but it also turns out that not only is Bitcoin not an inflationary currency, Bitcoin is a deflationary currency which is viral and getting stronger. When you work as hard as you can and you sacrifice everything you have in order to support a weak currency that's collapsing, you just service the regime. And when you put it into a semi-weak currency, slowly weakening, right, you still just surrender your hope and your future. When you put it into a deflationary currency, a currency that gets stronger as more people join, not only do you stop feeding the corrupt system, but you begin to strengthen the virtuous system. And Bitcoin gets stronger as more people join. Bitcoin gets stronger as you put more money into it. But Bitcoin also gets stronger as you put more creativity or innovation.
What are your thoughts about investing in Bitcoin? You tell us in the comment section below. I hope you find this video more interesting and informative. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a big thumb up. See you in the next video.